From the KATC Weather Lab, here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, we have our next weather maker moving through the plains and eventually up toward the Great Lakes. And we're going to have a windy one tomorrow. Severe weather threat and a substantial one not too far away from us. And we'll get to that in just a bit. But let's take a look at this water vapor imagery as we're looking at a slice of the atmosphere. At roughly 18,000 feet or 500 millibars. Looking at this upper level low that was the West Coast troublemaker. Now it's pushing eastward. The remnants of that atmospheric river kind of hooked up with the subtropical jet stream here, and this is where we're seeing our storms erupting this afternoon across portions of Oklahoma. Eventually, this subtropical jet moves a little bit farther to the east, but the main storm track is going to be northeastward, but that's going to put this area in a favorable environment for severe weather as we head into tomorrow once this system gets fully introduced to the moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. And you can see it's feeding the storms. We have a frontal boundary here back to the west, still snow at elevation all the way back through the Sierra Nevada, but things will be quieting down here in the days ahead. Severe thunderstorm watches across portions of Oklahoma into Arkansas and Missouri. There were a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings as well, and a couple of flood warnings ongoing. I think we're seeing some dark green in there, so a little bit of everything going on as they have some training action. Now, as we shift to tomorrow, that severe weather threat moves eastward and drops southeastward, where it's going to be primed for the possibility of a little bit of a tornado outbreak here across northeast Louisiana into southeastern Arkansas and western Mississippi, where there's a moderate risk. That's a level 4 out of 5. It's almost a 50-50 chance that there's going to be severe weather within a 25-mile radius of any point in this orange reddish area, and that also barely includes Alexandria. So we'll have to watch this for our friends across Cenlon. Now, as we get farther to the south, as expected, a marginal to slight risk of severe storms. We'll have to be on the lookout for a shower that can bust through. We have this cap on the atmosphere. The marine layer that comes in from the Gulf of Mexico is like a wet blanket on severe weather dynamics, especially in the early spring for us. So we think we're not going to see storms. We might see some showers, but I don't think we're going to see storms. But there still will be the risk of an isolated severe storm that could produce damaging winds, maybe an isolated tornado. That would be most favored in the northernmost portions of Acadiana. As we break it on down, here's the tornado risk. Anything in the hatched area, this is where the possibility of EF2 or stronger tornadoes, that's 111 to 130 mile an hour winds or greater, will be possible if tornadoes do indeed develop. And the wind damage threat is twice the tornado threat up in this part of the world. So it's going to be rough weather to the north. Taking a look at one of our models here showing what we call the significant tornado index. And you see the parameters for Lafayette. They're plotted out here. The numbers don't go too terribly high. But once you get to about 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, this is late afternoon, early evening, you see where there could be potential for tornadoes. That's where the greatest risk will be, and we're seeing some shades here getting well into the moderate or high risk. So look out Mississippi. There will more than likely be a couple of very strong tornadoes with this system. Locally for us, though, I think the news is pretty good other than the wind. We'll see clouds overnight tonight. It'll be a breezy night. I don't think temperatures get much below 70 degrees for a low with the winds and the clouds coming back in. Tomorrow, certainly a windy day. Winds gusting into the 30-mile-per-hour range in the afternoon. Temperatures mid to upper 70s, limited by the windy conditions coming out of the Gulf. Then, by about this time tomorrow afternoon, we see showers and storms developing western Louisiana. These could be potentially severe. Also, some what we call discrete loner cells developing up across Mississippi. We'll have to watch those. But notice the main actions off to the north and east. We're just seeing some shower activity locally, while severe weather will be beating the band going into Mississippi. And then we head down to Saturday morning. Again, we're looking at maybe a shower in the morning, but sunshine in the afternoon, and not much rain, 4/100ths of an inch of rain expected in the bucket. Here's the wind situation going into tomorrow. Winds gusting in the 20s, then they get into the 30-mile-per-hour range, 40-mile-per-hour range between 6 and about 10 o'clock tomorrow night. So keep that in mind and make sure you secure some of the trash cans and such when we have those windy conditions. Temperature-wise, we see lows near 70 overnight tonight. Then for tomorrow, temperatures getting into the upper 70s to lower 80s. Tomorrow night, we'll see readings down into the lower 70s again. And check this out, Saturday into the mid 80s with mostly sunny skies. So overnight tonight, breezy and milder, plenty of clouds out there. We get into tomorrow. It'll be a mostly cloudy day. The wind is going to pick up, so you're going to hear that. Winds will be rustling for sure. Dry most of the day, maybe a few showers late in the day. Those winds gusting 30 to 35 during the course of the afternoon. Then we get into tomorrow evening. That's when the winds pick up. There'll be a few showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm. Rain chance in the 40-50% range, but then things will quiet down after about midnight tomorrow night, and there should just be crickets out there. So overnight tonight, 70 the low, 79 the high. Tomorrow, unsettled pattern Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday with pretty decent rain chances. Some folks might get a soaking, so a little bit of question marks on the rain chances, and then a little bit drier midweek, but a little bit more active weather pattern for March.
That rain is already making me want to nap.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I missed the cold weather again. That's
and you
2
got
for
out
2.
just in time.
They
on
actually
severe
got the
weather
plane
last
out
Friday.
like 15 minutes early. They said it's coming. I said, I was
Yeah.
warned.
Thanks, guys.